Oh, wow. What do I do? What do I do? Where's the rider? Hello? What do I do? What do I do? Call the ambulance. Call the ambulance. But there's no rider. There's no rider. Hello? There you are. Are you okay?
Have you ever stopped to think about what might happen to you if you have a crash out on your motorcycle? Now, unfortunately, we all know the statistics and the risks when we get on two wheels. Whether you're off-road or on-road, things can go wrong quite easily. And in this scenario right here, I'm off-road in the wilderness. I could have been lying here for hours, even days, in need of emergency care, and no one even knew I was here. My family and friends knew that I'd gone for a ride. They didn't know exactly where I was. And there I am lying in the bushes. And there's a piece of technology that I've recently discovered that is already saving lives. And in this situation, it would have known that I'd had a crash. It would have then confirmed that it was indeed a crash that required assistance, and it would have called straight into the medical system 999 and got an ambulance from my local service to me. So in this video, I'm going to tell you a little bit more details about that system and why I think it's going to become one of those pieces of kit that's just normal for us to have when we're on a motorbike. There was a day when motorcycle helmets weren't used. In a car, seatbelts weren't the norm, and things are changing to keep us safer, alive, and more protected when we're a rider. So let's get into more of the details of that. So what I'm talking about is the REALRIDER app. It's been around for quite a long time, so I'm a little bit embarrassed to say I've only just heard about it. Have you heard about the REALRIDER app? Let me know in the comments. Are you already running it? And let me know by the end of this video if you think it's something that you will probably start running. It is a simple app on a very cheap subscription, less than a cup of coffee every month, and it's effectively life-saving. What it does is crash detection. So there are lots of different crash detection systems out there. There's loads in the automotive world, wing mirrors, you've got Apple watches, all that kind of things. This is the very first one in the motorcycle world. And using the gyroscopes, the sensors, the telemetry, all of the technology on your iPhone, it feels and knows when you've had a crash. That's part one of the technology. Part two of the technology is confirming that it is actually a legit crash, because we all have moments where we have our phone in our pocket and we take our jacket off and we throw it to the ground. That, in some technology, would actually activate a crash. But with this app, it has loads of extra things that it does to confirm that it is actually a crash where you're going to need assistance. So this app knows that I've just dropped my coat and I haven't actually had a crash. So part one, you've had a crash. Part two is how can it try and come to a 99% certainty that you've actually had a crash. And there's a auto disarm on it. So if you are not riding your bike, it can tell by the movements and it disables it. So if you walk into the house and throw your coat on the floor, it's not going to trigger it. If you trip over a curb in the petrol station or drop your bike on the forecourt, it knows the difference. Things like the fact that it has a crash detection if you then start moving again. So my phone has now been picked up. I've been in the bushes here on the ground. I've got up off the ground and started moving. It knows that I'm okay, or at least that I'm moving, and it's not going to trigger an emergency. There's all kinds of things that it's using to identify a 99% certainty that medical assistance is needed. So that's part one and part two. Part three is then notifying the nearest ambulance service, and that is going to send a 1.4 kilobyte data file. So 1.4 kilobyte data file is absolutely tiny. That means that if you're in the middle of nowhere, off-road, maybe on a really rural part of a beautiful countryside where the signal is really low, there is a much higher certainty that that data file is going to make it off your phone into the BT switchboard. I'm saying the BT switchboard because in the UK, that is how all the ambulance service calls are handled. And you'll note that I'm saying the ambulance service. This doesn't go into the master switchboard where it's, do you want a police, ambulance or a fire? They know that this is a crash detection for a motorcycle rider and it goes straight to ambulance. So that data file is going to have key information that the ambulance service need, and that is going to be the rider's name, their verified phone number, their medical information, blood type, any allergies that you've got on your record, the direction of travel, and the GPS location with the certainty, accuracy of that location. Now, the location is really important, and it's one of the reasons why this app was created in the first place. Because very often a motorcycle will have a crash, but the rider will be thrown. There's so many examples. Take a TT crash. There was a crash in the TT where the rider fell off a cliff for 6 seconds. Can you imagine how long it would take for the medical service to even find the body? Bikers' bodies can be thrown into ditches, in hedges, off the roadside, down cliff edges, and it can be really hard to find them. It's one of the reasons why they started using thermal imaging and helicopters, and it's all time. And when you're in a medical critical situation, time is really, really important. So that information is going to be sent to the ambulance. Another really easy example of where that direction of travel is so important, right here, it probably doesn't matter too much. But say you're on the motorway, on the highway, going along northbound and you have a crash, a typical call wouldn't necessarily know which side of the road you're on, and an ambulance coming from a different direction could be the best option for where you are. So that information is really important. The ambulance service are then going to call that verified phone number. With a couple of minutes, they're going to be trying to get hold of you. If you answer your phone, brilliant. You can tell them if you need them or not, and tell them not to come, or tell them you do need them to come. And if you don't answer, they're going to take that as a confirmation again of a crash, and they're going to dispatch support to come and hopefully save your life. Now, all of this stuff is designed to get rid of the uncertainty, the time frames, and the misinformation that can happen. Now, there are other products on the market that do things like crash detection. So actually, I'm wearing something right now. This is the airbag made by Alpinestars. You can see a full review of this kit on my channel. And this is a very intelligent airbag. Up in the back, it has loads of gyros, accelerometers, and I've had 7 crashes in my extreme desert racing where this is deployed and quite literally saved my bones. This technology goes one step forwards with connecting that crash information into the emergency services. Apple Watches, iPhones, interior mirrors on cars, there's lots of examples of crash detection, but unfortunately there's lots of examples of them going off when they're not needed. I actually have a story myself of being in the rally car, and I rolled the rally car in the Scottish Hill Climb. You can see this video on my channel as well. And I remember lying in the car in my side being like, what do I do now? And then suddenly someone started talking to me, and the Land Rover Assist that was in the car started talking and said, hello, do you need some assistance? And I was like, no, I'm all good. And those kind of systems tend to go into a call center. And so there's a lot of extra time in that frame because the call center then has to get to you, and then you've got to talk, and then it goes to the ambulance. But they're also nowhere near as accurate at knowing when it is actually a crash. So I'm just going to take my airbag off as I'm getting a little bit warm standing here. One of the things that you've probably seen in the media was the mosh pit parties that the Apple Watches were having, and a mosh pit, I think, pinged off multiple calls into the emergency services or into the switchboard because these watches thought that people in the mosh pit were crashers. I've heard loads of friends say that they were going for a jog and their watch went off and said, have you crashed? the technology isn't very good at really understanding what's happening. And that's why the RealRider app is so cool, because it's designed for motorbikes. It knows the behavior of the motorbikes and it knows how to identify a crash. Part 1, you've had a crash, you've had an impact. Part 2, I'm going to validate it. Are you moving? Can I get hold of you? And part 3 is calling the emergency services. Now, this app is less than £4 a month. I feel like this is such an important piece of kit that I've reached out to RealRider and asked them if I could help try and promote the app. And so I do have a exclusive The Girl on a Bike discount for you down below where you can save a little bit of money, but it's less than a cup of coffee a month for you to get the subscription. It runs on your iPhone. It will use a little bit of iPhone battery because it is tracking and monitoring you, but it is minimal. And you simply open the app before you go on a ride, toggle on active ride, and you know that that security is in your pocket. It will auto turn off when you get to your end destination if you forget to turn it off, because it will understand whether you're riding or not riding, so you don't have to worry about that dropped coat in the hallway triggering it. And I genuinely think that this is a piece of equipment that is going to continue to save lives. When you're out there on your motorcycle, it's very easy to just be so in the moment out there in the wilderness that you don't think about what could happen if the worst happened. What happens when you have a crash? What happens to your friends and family? Now, this app doesn't notify your friends and family, and some would see that as a negative because, well, hang on, I want my wife to know or my husband to know if I've had a crash. But actually, them getting an emergency call at the moment of your crash really only installs a lot of trauma and probably is going to mean an extra flood of phone calls coming into the 999 system, which is going to dilute things and potentially slow down misinformation. So this gets the right information fast and accurately to the emergency services without the worry. The next step will be obviously notifying your family and friends. And I think that's quite an important thing to think about it. The app does do a few extra things, like it does group ride tracking where you can see where each of you are and all that kind of stuff. But that's not the bit that I think is why you should get this app. I think we should all be running this app because when a bike goes down and you're unconscious, you need an ambulance. And this app is the quickest way to make that happen. Sometimes you're in the middle of nowhere and you're so in the middle of nowhere that you have no phone signal. And this app does depend on data to being able to get out. That's one of the reasons why it's such a small data file. But RealRider are thinking about these things. It is an app that works in the UK, across the European continent, America, Canada, and Australia. They're trying to get into as many of the emergency services as possible. And I will emphasize again, this is the only motorcycle emergency system app that is integrated and certified into the emergency systems. And with that, the data range varies. So they have partnered with the Anytime eSim, which is an eSim that you can get on your phone. And that will, when your phone doesn't have signal, the app will automatically revert to this eSIM, which will use any signal provider that it can find and get that file out. So it's getting rid of one of those things where it could fail. And they are currently in negotiations trying to work out how to get it onto satellite communications. So they really are planning ahead for the future and trying to get this app to be as big a coverage as possible so that when you need it, it's going to react and do exactly what you need it to do. One last final bit of information about this app, which I think is really critical in how credible and trusted this app is that it actually has critical alert status with the smartphone providers. It is a really, really rigorous process to get certified into the emergency switchboards, but it is also a really, really tough process to get an app credited with the smartphone providers as a critical life-saving app. That means that when you have this app running on you and it triggers, that alert will override everything on your phone that makes your phone silent. A do not disturb, a no ringtone, a silent mode, all of that is voided because it is a critical life-saving alert. And it means that when it goes off, because it thinks you've had a crash, it will override everything and go off in your pocket and give you the opportunity to say, no, I'm okay, I don't need you, or give the opportunity to just lie there and know that help is coming. So many things to think about, but I think hopefully I've in a couple of minutes given you a bit of a realization of why I think this is such an important piece of kit and why it is going to be running in my pocket every time I get on one of these things with 2 wheels and an engine, because it is life-saving. Let me know if you've got any questions in the comments, and please do check out the link below in the details, because I will give you a discount to the app. And it's not a lot of money, but hopefully if you ever need it, it will be there for you. And I think tech like this, we need to get the word out. So if you've got riding buddies, please share this video, share the education, share the discount link, and let's get as many of us bikers protected as possible. And let's stay safe. Hopefully, Sod's Law, Murphy's Law will help us out too, that because we've got it running, we won't need it. And hopefully you won't need it either. Stay safe out there. I'm Vanessa at The Girl on a Bike, and now I need to recover my motorcycle because I staged a crash.